Welcome back to the Black and Yellow Podcast, where we discuss all things Steelers. In this episode, we're going to bring back a very highly requested topic. We are going to do the Bills Chiefs preview. Starting off with the keys to victory for the Buffalo Bills. In this game, they're going to need to manage the turnovers a little bit better than they did against the Ravens. By those turnovers in the game against the Ravens, the game was a lot closer than it should have been. The Ravens did not play well, in my opinion. The Bills were obviously the better team. So I think that if they can manage the turnovers, that would be a big advantage for them. The next one I got is stay disciplined if you're the Buffalo Bills. And it's easier said than done against the Chiefs. They seem to literally get every single call, which is frustrating for any fan. Chiefs, Steelers, Bills, Ravens, whoever. The Chiefs seem to get Texans. God, that game was so one-sided. So I think the Bills have to do their best to not put themselves in situations where they could possibly get flagged in. But then at the same time, you need to play football. You can't just not touch Patrick Mahomes. You need to tackle him here and there and take the 15 yards, or else he's gonna take it into the end zone. So just stay disciplined and don't give the refs any easy calls. The third one that I have is throw the ball. The Chiefs' defense sits at third in points per game, seventh in yards per play. So you need to. I really think the Bills could benefit from throwing the ball down the field a lot, similar to what they did against the Ravens. Which is you got to make sure you can't force it. If it's not there, don't throw it, right? As Josh Allen got into a little bit of turnover trouble last game. So the next one I have, and I know that I was just saying throw the ball down the field, and I'm still going to say that, throw the ball down the field, but I also think that you could really utilize the run game in this game too, balance it out a little bit. James Cook is a fantastic running back. Maybe even top 5 in the league, kind of good. So I think if you can give him the ball, tire out this aging Chiefs deep defensive line, maybe get Daniel or Chris Jones a little bit more tired, and that could really benefit your passing game if Josh Allen has a little bit more time to throw the ball. The final key to victory I'm going to say for the Buffalo Bills is assert your dominance. The Chiefs, fans, players, coaches, refs, they're all coming in with high confidence that they are going to beat the Bills and be one step closer to their three-peat. But I think if the Bills can get the ball first drive, get down and score quickly, that's really going to rattle them a little bit, I think. Especially if you can get a big stop after that, and then maybe even go down and score again. If you can make it a 2-score game on your first 2 drives, that's huge for this game. So you really need to get off to a good start and assert your dominance. Moving on to the Chiefs' keys to victory. Honestly, the Chiefs don't even need keys to victory. Like they get so much help from this league and this officiating crew. It's just stupid. Like the only reason why they get flagged here and there is to try to make it, just to try to hide it somewhat that that it's being rigged. But they're not doing a very good job at it because everyone is noticing that the Chiefs get all the calls. And I understand you can protect Patrick Mahomes. I understand that. But at the same time, he is, in my opinion, no better of a quarterback than Josh Allen in the regular season. In the playoffs, he's a little bit clutch. He's proven to be good. All this, so I'll say that maybe in the playoffs, Patrick Mahomes is a little bit better. But I think like the Chiefs are not going to win this game scoring under 30 points. It's not happening. Their defense is good, but their defense is not that good to hold the Bills to under 30 points. I don't think. I think I could see a game ending in the high 20s, like 27, 28, 26. But I think that the Chiefs need to score more than what they've been doing. Like, what was the score against the Texans game? Let me see. Okay, so they only scored 23 points against the Texans. Like, that's not gonna work. In week 17, they scored 29 against the Steelers. Yeah, we're missing a few pieces that we can. Their defense just didn't play good, but otherwise, like, they weren't scoring. They weren't really scoring high points. They had a bye in week 16, but then in week 15, they only scored 21 points on the Cleveland Browns. On the Browns, they only scored 21 points. Then against the Chargers, they scored 19 points. Like, they're scoring under 20 points in over half of their games this season. And they have started to score more points throughout the year. But I think you're gonna need to put at least 27, if not 30 points up on the board if you want to have a chance of beating this Buffalo team, in my opinion. The next key to victory that I have for the Kansas City Chiefs is you really have to continue playing well on defense. Their defense is good. Like, they have they're third for points per game allowed. They are 7th for yards per play. 20th in third down percentage. That's a little bit low. 8th in red zone percentage and 15th in turnovers. So, but like when it comes to scoring and chunk plays, which is kind of what the Bills like doing, the Chiefs are good at stopping those kind of teams who like to do that kind of stuff. But I do think that the Bills they're a different team than what they've been playing. I don't think that there's any team like the Bills this season. I think they are, in my opinion, the clear-cut favorites to win this Super Bowl. You just have to get past Patrick Mahomes and the Zebras to get into the Super Bowl, which is going to be easier said than done. That is all I have for the Chiefs' keys to victory. Honestly, there isn't much there. They haven't been, in my opinion, winning games fairly. There's a lot. If the rest were not on their side, they would no chance would they have the 1 seed right now. They probably would have lost 2 or 3, if not 4 games more than they lost this season. So I think that there isn't much when it comes to keys to victory for the Chiefs just because of all that. To wrap up the episode today, I'm going to go through some of the stats for the Bills and then some of the stats for the Chiefs. I have dropped a few for the Chiefs, but not any for the Bills yet. This season, the Bills defense was 11th in points per game with 21.6, 17th in yards per game with 341.5, 29th in third down percentage, which is rough, with a 43.8%, 57.4 percent red zone percentage, which sits 16th in the league, and then third in the league with 32 turnovers for this Bills defense. So when you look at it, in my opinion, the Bills defense, I thought that they were a better defense than what the stats back up. So the Chiefs can definitely take advantage of that. But I also think that the Bills defense is gonna play for something this weekend. Now for the Bills' offensive stats. In points per game, they are second with 30.9 points per game. In yards per game, they are 10th with 359.1 yards. Now, in third down percentage, they are 44.1%, which sits 7th in the league. In red zone percentage, they are second with a 71.6%. And in turnovers, they are first with only 8 given up turnovers in the league so far this year. If you guys remember from last year, Josh Allen threw a lot of interceptions, and a lot of guys were really doubting him. And they went out, they lost to the Chiefs. But this is a much different Josh Allen this year. This year's Josh Allen is 10 times better, and I really do think the Chiefs have something coming for him. Moving on to the Chiefs' offense. They are, I do not have the exact number, but they are 11th in points per game, 24th in yards per play, 1st in third down percentage, 26th in red zone percentage, and 8th in turnovers. I apologize that I don't have the exact numbers for the Chiefs here. Now for the Chiefs defense, again, I do not have the exact numbers, but they are 3rd in points per game, 7th in yards per play, 20th in third down percentage, 8th in red zone percentage, and 15th in turnovers. So, it's going to be a good matchup between the Chiefs defense and the Bills offense, I think. Same with the Bills defense and the Chiefs offense. I think both matchups are going to be very close. Both the Chiefs have a good defense and a decent offense, but still not quite as good. Whereas the Bills have a really good offense with a defense that is still good, but not quite as good. To wrap it up, I'm going to put out my final score prediction. I got the Buffalo Bills winning this one. I think the final score is going to be really close. I got 27-26 for the Buffalo Bills, and they will punch their ticket to the Super Bowl. Adios.